brother, it's like attracts like. It's that thing.
Yeah.
Right? It's that thing, man. Especially if you're grinding, and you're right. There's a lot of people out there who are just fucking busting their ass and unhappy. You and I were both in that place at one time where like, fuck, I don't like the position I'm in. I want more. I want something more. But this idea, but I'm gonna try and enjoy it. But I gotta tell you, it wasn't. And I want to know about you too. Like earlier on in my career, I felt like it's the grind that we love and sink our teeth into and just fucking go and get after it. But I wasn't having fun.
Yeah.
But man, that time when it switched in my mind, like, oh, like exactly what you're saying. Let me enjoy this now. Because I've worked hard to get here, wherever this thing is, just like everybody else. But this idea, like, let's have fun while we're doing it along the way. And you're right, it has that butterfly effect. It affects other people and it attracts other people. Before you know it, everybody's vibrating at this great place with enthusiasm and excitement and fun.
I realized when I was young, I got a development deal for Disney when I was, I think I was 25, 26. And I got this development deal, and all of a sudden they gave me like, I think it was like $100,000. And I had money in the bank. I was like, this is crazy. Because I felt later.
So you,
I was like 26, I think.
Yeah.
And it was a development deal for a television show, and all of a sudden I had money. Like my whole life I was poor. And my whole life I was like wondering how I was going to, when I was on my own, and it was like, how am I paying the bills? How am I eating? You know, I remember like taking like a loose jar of change and counting it all out so I could go to Subway and get a sandwich. You know, like that kind of shit.
You don't forget that kind of shit.
You don't forget that kind of shit. But then the moment I got that check, I remember feeling light.
Yeah.
Like weight had been lifted off me. Like now I didn't have to worry about my rent. Now I didn't have to worry about food. And I remember thinking immediately, oh, this is the key. You just gotta not get to a place where you're not worried about your bills. If that means like spend less money, if that means like live a more prudent lifestyle, whatever you have to do. But get to that place where you're not worried about bills, because that shit hanging over your head causes stress that fucking ruins lives. It ruins people.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, okay, now the most important thing is fucking keep going.
Yeah.
Like, make sure you don't lose any ground here and keep going. Because now you know what it's like to be successful. Continue that. Do whatever the fuck you have to do, whatever work you have to put in, continue that.
Yeah.
And then when I got to a place where I felt like I have enough money that I feel really secure, then I started to learn how to be happy. But in the beginning, it was just drive. It was just all go.
Yeah.
And it was just very selfish thinking. You know, I'm just thinking only on what I'm trying to do.
But that's all we know. But especially if you grow up broke, and it's the thing that you make up your mind. I feel, and it's the same thing that happened to me. I made up my mind like I'm broke today, but one day I'm never gonna be broke, and I will never fucking go back to being broke. At least I'm gonna do all I can, not to be broke. So when you have the mentality, you have blinders on.
Yeah.
So this is the way you're thinking. This is until I think we get a little older and we achieve the success, we understand that it starts to go like this a little bit.
Mm-hmm.